Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer, guys. Today's the first day of E3 2021, and it kicked off with Ubisoft and a couple other gaming companies like Gearbox and as well as Devolver Digital. But we're going to focus today on Ubisoft, mainly because I'm going to make this video pretty short that this first day of E3 has been pretty weak. And the reason I'm going to focus on Ubisoft is that the biggest company we expected the most out of, and I would say we got the least out of as well. And because they've introduced a couple of things in this Ubisoft Forward, they have, but it's nothing interesting, to be honest. They showed off Rainbow Six Extraction, which was formerly known as Rainbow Six Quarantine, and it's nothing really exciting, if I'll be honest with you. I think for the most part it's going to appeal to other Rainbow Six fans, which I am, but I don't want to play that particular game because there's other games that are better than that. Like Back 4 Blood is going to be amazing. In comparison, this looks like a slow, kind of boring mess, in my opinion. And then they kind of showed off some Rainbow Six characters, but I mean, why are you spending the time during your big showing at E3 to give us DLC content, subscription service content, and all this kind of other crap in your TV shows? I don't think people come to your videos to watch those particular things. I think they're fine to show off, you know, right after or right before to get people excited, but that's not something going to show up on the big screen, so to say. And they talked about Rocksmith having this kind of subscription service. It's like, guys, what are you doing? And then they kind of delve into this really big thing about Riders Republic, their sports MMO thing, and it doesn't look like they learn. Because they had that other game, I'm trying to remember, Steep, where it was basically like that, but with snow sports, and it didn't really take off. It kind of got mediocre reviews, and they kind of abandoned it, and it went on sale really quickly. I'm not sure what their sales figures were. Maybe for the amount of money they spent, it was worth making this kind of a game. And to me, again, it just looks like, I don't know who this is for. This is going to be a very niche kind of a game. I don't know if it's going to sell. I'm pretty sure it's going to basically happen. What happened to Steep is going to happen to Riders Republic. Of course, if there's a market for it, you know, by all means. That wasn't exciting for me at all. And then they go into Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC. I've yet to beat Assassin's Creed Valhalla, mainly because I stopped playing it because it was so grindy. It was that and Immortals, both quality games. In my opinion, they're both quality games at the core, but also at the core, they were very microtransaction focused because so much grinding was required to get any kind of serious upgrades for your character that really just turned me off, and that's what made me stop playing Immortal Phoenix and made me stop playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I wasn't going to go to forums and start complaining about it. I just realized it's not for me. I don't want to put in time into it. Just not to mention Assassin's Creed Valhalla is just too big. I never usually complain about how big a game is. I usually love all that, but it's just too much. At some point in time, it's quality over quantity, and they have to understand that. But moving on forward, they also talked about Far Cry 6. Why are we not getting any gameplay? Where is the gameplay? They've shown us some clips of here and there on their other presentation, but can you just show us 5 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay and what it's going to look like? You know, with those small overviews we got there, it wasn't much to chew on because it was so short. So we all kind of expected that Ubisoft Forward is really where it's going to be at. And again, honestly, I didn't want to see the intro sequence. I wanted to be kind of a reveal when I stopped playing the game. But whatever, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. The bigger problem I had was, who the hell wants to play with Far Cry villains in a DLC in some kind of like mystical world? I don't know who wants to do that. I don't think anybody enjoyed those gameplay sequences. I think they were in Far Cry Primal. I don't know if anybody ever enjoyed doing them. I didn't. I love Primal. I loved everything surrounding Primal, but those particular segments, I always hated playing them. I don't know who this was kind of made for and who thought this was going to be a good idea. My only spark of hope here was Mario Rabbids, because I absolutely loved the first one. So I thought this is pretty cool. Not something that on my mind is blown. I couldn't believe that they announced it. It was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna play that, I'm gonna get it. But it's nothing, again, what you would expect from an E3 showing. And then Avatar. As soon as they said collaboration, I already knew. I'm like, it's Avatar. I know there's coming, the Snowdrop engine, Avatar. I'm excited. Let's see this. It starts. And I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a CG trailer. Whatever, I'm not particularly super excited about that. CG trailer was nice. It looked very much the part of what the movie does. But what killed it for me personally is after the fact, when I read it's going to be a first-person action adventure game. It's like, what? Why am I playing an Avatar game in first person? And take into account, I love first-person shooter games, but it has to be appropriate for the feel, and I personally don't think it's appropriate for Avatar. It's such a beautiful world. You want to see your characters, you want to see the world that you inhabit, you want to be able to ride a dragon, see yourself sitting on the dragons. That's the whole cool thing. I don't want to play that in first person. So that's going to be like a very much a Cyberpunk thing that was going on, where in Cyberpunk to this day I feel like it should have been in third person. I loved the game, I enjoyed it, I had fun with it, but it should have been in third person. So that's going to be an issue, I think, with Avatar as well. I think a lot of people are going to be complaining about that, and then that's it. That's all they had to show. It was 1 hour of wasting your time and stretching things where they shouldn't have been stretched, and just completely being a mishap, I would say, on their part. They shouldn't even had, I think, an Ubisoft Forward. I think they should have done like a smaller one, so not to hype up people's expectations. And then I gotta say, the reason I tune in every single time to Ubisoft from 2013 is to see a new Splinter Cell game and when it's going to be announced, and still we got nothing. And I'm going to hold on to that hope, because Metal Gear Solid is done and stealth games are my favorite games of all time. I'm going to hold on to hope that a new one's going to come out maybe next year. We'll see. But nothing exciting. No new IPs. Don't waste it. If you didn't watch this show and you're here watching this video with me, thank God you didn't waste your time. That's all I got to say, guys. But I would like to know from those that did watch it, what did you think of the Ubisoft Red? Am I wrong? Were the games exciting for you? Or you felt just like me? I'm not even going to mention Gearbox and Devolver because there was nothing there either. It would be a waste of your time to keep watching me trying to explain what happened there. Let's see if tomorrow's going to be a better day. I mean, Bethesda and Xbox, they promised some good things. I expect that to be a good show. I expect it to be a big kick in Sony's ass. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting to watch. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. If you want more gaming news, impressions, discussions, reviews, make sure to subscribe down below to this channel, because that's what we do here, guys.